Dylan Miller at Gold Paydirt Reviews gave this a fairly positive evaluation, so I thought I'd give it a try. It is shipped wet, but it is also overweight. I weighed this out at 4 pounds, 3.4 ounces, and I happen to have these exact same bags, and I know that two of them, it's double bagged, weigh 0.3 ounces. So the net weight has got to be around 4 pounds, 3.1 ounces. What I'm going to do instead of weighing it wet is put it in a bin outside for a while, let it dry out, and then I'll weigh it, and we'll find out how much water weight is in this. This is described as being gold Paydirt concentrates with nuggets, and it's guaranteed to have gold in it. And usually when someone guarantees gold content, it means it's a gold added product. So let's do the dry out and see what we have. Okay, so after taking the time to dry the material out, it turns out that I got 3 pounds, 8.2 ounces, which means almost 11 ounces of the original weight was water. And I was wrong, it wasn't damp. When I actually got it out of the bag, it was soaked with water. I could squeeze it in my hand and you know, water would come out. Another problem is that those bags were just generic Ziploc bags, and when I opened it up out of the shipping pouch, it felt damp, and it turned out the reason was that both of the seams on both of the bags had split a little bit, and the water had leaked out. So that wasn't real good, but it looks like very clean material. And we'll have to see how it classifies out to see what we get. Let's get going. This is without a doubt the strangest Paydirt or concentrate I've ever had to classify. There's effectively nothing down to plus 12, just a token amount of plus 20s and 30s. But the strangest part is that the number 50s represent 90% of the entire Paydirt. Actually, I couldn't fit it all on the sheet. Here's what it is, the total amount of the 50s. Reasonable amount of the 70s and hundreds and minus 100s, almost non-existent. Effectively no magnetite, and from the light color I would hazard a guess that there's no hematite in it, so no black sand. I don't know what beach sand would look like in a classification, but something tells me it would be very much like this. But that doesn't matter. If there's good gold in here, it could be mud for all I care. So let's go on to the visual inspection and then the Miller table and see what we find. On the left we have what I found through the visual picking. 3 plus 12s, 3 or 4 plus 20s, and 3 plus 30s. Doesn't look like a lot, but remember, most of the material was in the plus 50 mesh. So this represents the catch out of a very small part of the total bag. This is what I found in mostly the plus 50s, although I did find material of gold in the plus 70s, plus 100s, and even the minus 100. Most of it was in the plus 50. Well over 100 pieces. And you know, this material is really nice to process. It is super clean. You don't have to wash this at all. It won't make your panning water or your Miller table water at all cloudy. There is no black sand at all to bother with, which is nice. The extremely uniform size, almost entirely in the plus 50, means you don't have to worry about classification. You can just take this stuff, dump it in a pan, and off you go. So my complaints about it being wet and the hassles of drying it for classification purposes is only if you want to do a dry classification, which, because it's so uniform, isn't really necessary. The majority of the sand is not only blonde, but transparent. And that makes things really nice because you can actually see flakes of gold even if there's a little bit of sand over it. The sand is also very light, which means that this is going to pan out very, very easily. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And let's do the weigh out and do some number crunching and see how we do. Let's see what we got. .170 grams. That's about $6.60. Today's spot of $39 an ounce, $39 a gram. So for a $33 bag of dirt, that's not that good. That's a return on investment of what, like 20, 21% maybe? Let's look at the numbers and see how it comes out.